Look at this place.
In our first story, we have a TikTok creator who decided to explore an abandoned hospital that's over 200 years old. The building had been left untouched for decades. Dust covered the floors. The walls were cracked. The air felt heavy, like the building was trying to keep people out. Some of this may be disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh, this is the scariest place I've been to yet. Oh! So this is a massive asylum and has thousands of documented deaths. So I've heard. Great. Oh my goodness. Wow! Really? What was that? Did you hear?
Next, we see the TikTok creator heading down to the basement of the hospital. There were untold stories hidden within the walls of the building.
Where people have reported seeing a shape-shifting entity. There a shape-shifting entity down here? There's a button. Oh my gosh. 6, 7. Dude, I thought it heard a growling sound. Yo.
I'm currently standing in front of another one of the most infamous true crime locations in all of Los Angeles.
In our next story, we have an influencer named Tyler who decided to explore an abandoned house that once belonged to the Perelson family, shortly before a tragic murder-suicide in December 1959.
Dr. Harold snapped, bludgeoning his wife while she slept with a ball-peen hammer. He then tried to go after their daughter, Judy, but luckily she was able to escape and run to the neighbors for help. But by the time police arrived, Dr. Harold had already unalived himself by poisoning himself. From that night on, this mansion gained a reputation. Children never returned to this house, and for decades, this house sat empty, as you can see. There was a rumor that for a while, when you looked into the window, you could see Christmas presents that were still wrapped under the tree. I've read varying things on how true that rumor is, but I think that is the creepiest part about this case, so I definitely had to point that out. It changed hands many times over the years, but I don't think anyone has ever lived in this house formally since that happened. As you can see, there's broken windows, there's graffiti everywhere. Definitely people are managing to get in here somehow.
In our next story, we have a group of TikTok creators who decided to explore an abandoned house. Inside, they found old photographs of the people who once lived there, broken walls, and abandoned teddy bears.
We did not expect to find this inside of this old abandoned house. This is what happened.
Let's go in. Definitely haunted.
Easiest way in ever. First room.
Hello? Why is there so much mess?
Get out.
Who's that?
Oi, look at this.
What is this? Wait. Yo, look at this. We're getting possessed in a second, mate. Bro, everything is left.
This is my teddy bear collection. Oh, hello mate. Someone there. Yeah, wait, there's someone there. Pass.
Bro, there's someone there.
Get out my house.
This
She's lame.
Nah, this guy and his teddies, bro.
Teddy bear.
This is dodgy. Kiki's bears. What's in there? What the fuck? Bro, there's a clown in here, man.
One sec, boys.
Yo, this room is sick.
Hey.
Nah.
If there's anyone in here, make a noise.
Pen.
Mail.
Letter. I got an idea.
Eddie.
Plant pot.
Oven gloves. Book.
Kitchen roll.
In this story, an influencer decided to explore an abandoned cabin to prove that skinwalkers don't exist. Everything seemed quiet at first, but then, out of nowhere, the influencer began hearing strange noises echoing through the cabin.
I don't think skinwalkers exist, so I brought myself to an abandoned cabin in the woods and then heard this.
Hello?
I honestly don't know what that was, but I just whistled in the middle of the night, which is a terrible idea, and heard that scream, so I did the logical thing and went outside to investigate. This blanket wasn't here a little bit ago, which is extremely concerning, but I can tell you I surveyed the whole area and there was absolutely nobody around, so I'm not really sure what that's about. Something about this place just feels extremely evil. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like there's definitely something or someone out here with me. But since I'm so sure skinwalkers and cryptids don't exist, I'm gonna do the only thing that makes sense and, well, go deeper into the forest to try to figure out what that noise was. Skinwalker! 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 After investigating the house, I heard what sounded like another scream, but this time from inside the house, and went back to investigate and caught this on camera. I have no idea what this is, but when I'm looking at the house, it almost looks like there's a set of glowing eyes from the window. I can tell you I was just inside that house and I didn't see anything in there, so I don't really know what this is, but it's definitely keeping a close eye on me. There's only one thing left to do, and that's go inside.
In this next story, a French influencer from France, speaking French, explored an abandoned house frozen in time.
Look closely at what I'm about to show you. You might recognize this house. It was abandoned in 1995 and once belonged to a man who died at the age of 87. I came here about a year and a half ago and I joked about saying I would share the address. Obviously, it was meant as a joke, but there were some clever people who thought they could still find it anyway and destroy it. And now we have proof that never happened. I'll give you a quick tour because this place is completely surreal. A true time capsule, really incredible. Here is the living room with the man's final bed and the clothes he last wore since he could no longer go upstairs due to his health condition. As you can see, his shoes are still here. Everything has been left exactly as it was. Honestly, it's unbelievable. Here is the kitchen. There are still plates and cutlery. There is even dried food left in the dishes and in the bowl over there. It's just magical. Magical, really, that's the word. It has a slightly unsettling side. But no, it's truly incredible.
The influencer describes the place as surreal, unbelievable, and almost magical. Creepy in a way, but incredible. And if you enjoyed watching this, drop a comment telling us where you're watching from and which story scared you the most. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and leave a like. In our next story, we have an influencer named Josh who investigated an old abandoned mansion in the middle of the woods.
For over 50 years, this haunted mansion has been sitting here, abandoned and forgotten about. The family that used to live here is now dead, and all their stuff is still left inside. And just to show you, this is the family that used to live here. We are now walking into the living room, and you can see how old this place really is. Originally built in the 1800s. Books still on the shelves, dining table still here. And this is the main hallway. You can see the spiral staircase, the cool tiles on the floor. We'll head up there now and go to the bedrooms. Here we are in the master's bedroom. Look at this. You hear the birds chirping, and they had a huge mirror. Look how big this is. I thought this was my favorite room. I mean, look how everything is still preserved. The blue wallpaper, the French hat, the family photos, and then outside you got that beautiful view. It's amazing. The coats and the umbrellas are still there by the door. It seems all their life possessions and old family things are just all stored up here. Their clothes, furniture, everything. But check this out. They have a crazy beehive. We will not go near that.
In our next video, what at first looks like a hospital turns out to be an abandoned one, unlike the others mentioned before. The influencer records what appear to be sick patients or dead bodies, and strange noises can be heard in the background.
Good, okay.